like the next logical step is options on spot Bitcoin ETFs. What can you tell us about the process? How far along is SIBO with that?
Well, we agree with you clearly that options are absolutely intended for these ETFs. We believe that the utility of the options, what they provide to the end investor in terms of downside hedging, really risk-defined exposures into Bitcoin, really would help the end investor and the ecosystem. And so we have filed with the SEC to be able to list options on these spot Bitcoin ETFs and are awaiting the regulators.
So I want to bring in Dave here. Your observations matches Catherine's. These are tracking Bitcoins accurately. Is that right?
I don't think there was much question the funds would do what they said they're going to do on the tin. All they hold is Bitcoin, so they're, of course, tracking very well. The spreads have been tight. The volumes have been fantastic, something like 10 billion traded so far. That puts them in the top 20, 30 trading ETF buckets out there. So absolutely the liquidity there. When the options come online, however, I think that opens up a whole new market here, because once that options ecosystem is completely baked, I think you're going to start seeing all sorts of hedge fund players in the space, folks who might not have been traditionally speculating on crypto directly in the crypto ecosystem are now going to have something to play with.
Yeah, and how is it going to change? Will that affect Bitcoin at all? I mean, what is options going to do?
Well, so if what happens in Bitcoin is what's happened in single stocks, we're going to see retail in particular and a lot of institutions move towards zero-day to expiration options trading on Bitcoin itself. It's got inherent leverage in it.
Yeah. Now you're really bringing up a can of worms. Bitcoin with zero-day to?
Yeah, I think it's absolutely what we're going to see. I think it's going to involve a lot more money chasing the top 3 or 4 Bitcoin ETFs that have the most volume. I suspect that the iShares product, iBit, will be the one that gets the most vibrant options market just because of the liquidity we've already seen.
You know, I can't help, and Catherine, jump in, but I can't help but notice that Bitcoin's 2-year peak in price occurred the day the ETFs went public. I mean, we were at like 49,000 intraday.
And now we're 42,
and now we're 42,
43,
something like that. So we call this the inclusion effect. Those of us who